Good morning, this is Beating Wall Street. Today we are going to focus on India economy and the India Stock Exchange, of course the rupee. First of all, we have to understand that the rupee is a pillar for Indian economy. We have seen the rupee weakening against the dollar in such a huge way. Um, Now we are trading one US dollar to 82.41 rupee. There is several. It's highly likely that the RBI intervene and try to sell dollars in order to stabilize and reduce the volatility in the currency market. Against with this new, we saw the rupee falling, appreciate against the dollar at the level of 80. But as we said in B2 Wall Street the last week, the job report, which was better than expected uh, for the market for the market consensus, has appreciated the dollar against the rest of the currency in the world. So now we have a really tough situation that is going to hurt the emerging markets and especially the rupee and India. The situation, we have two major streams that is gonna hurt the rupee. First of all, we have a Federal Reserve that stubbornly is not going to pivot. Um, we have data that show deflationary pressure, but at the same time we have data that show strength in the labor market. We have seen also that is one of the second key for the rupee, the OPEC cutting the 2 million barrels per day in the oil production. So against this data, the Federal Reserve, several members of the Federal Reserve said that they are going to continue to hike rates no matter what, until something breaks. So this is clearly an upside for the dollar. This is going to appreciate it against the rest of the global currency. So it's very likely that the rupee depreciate against the dollar and visit the level of 84, 85 by the end of this year, unless the RBI intervene and try to stabilize the currency. We have seen the uptrend, the depreciation against the dollar for 25 years, no? The rupee, sadly. But this is not all bad news, no? We will see later why. Other news that is gonna hurt the rupee is the inflation that we're seeing in the oil markets. Uh, the barrel is reaching again the $100 per barrel, which is bad for the Indian economy. But also, uh, I think that this is gonna peak sooner or later. We'll see, for example, in India, that the demand is going down for in September for the sixth straight month. I remember. So the demand of oil in India is going down probably, as China also is going down probably, against the cutting production of the OPEC plus. We will see the reduce in demand globally of the oil, basically due to the two major economy in Asia slowing down the demand for oil, and probably the rest of the world reducing its demand for the reason that the central bank is hurting it, raising interest rate. This is going to hurt the demand, and probably we'll see the oil price peak sooner than later, and then going down. Also, we have the India inflation at 7%. The RBI is hiking interest rate to a pretty substantial level. Now we are in 5.9%, which path of the interest rate hike really tough, as we have seen in the rest of the economy. The stock market in India has been doing pretty well since 2008. Really good. Now we are trading the Nifty 50 at the level of 17,000. We have is peak around 18,500. So I think that the India Stock Exchange is doing pretty well, but probably we will see a downside in the stock exchange of the Indian Stock Exchange. Morgan Stanley sadly underweight recently underweight India stock because the PE is in the 95 percentile of its top. If a PE is trading at 22 right now, which is really high compared against the rest of the world, compare against the rest of the world, against of is the rest of the emerging market. So really careful because we are in, as we said, we are trading in a high level relative to other market. The P is quite elevated. Um, we have to take all this in account. For the sporters, that the rupee depreciates against the dollar is a really good news, because if you are able to sell goods in a country that purchasing against the dollar, if you sell your goods in dollars, the revenues is gonna be really high when you transform this in the rupee. So we have to take into account that the exportees they are gonna see we are gonna see that they are going to do really well in this period of time. We have to be prepared that when the Fed pivot, and this is gonna happen when something breaks or when we see the deflationary data came down faster than expected, or we start to see Federal Reserve member to start to the dovish side. We Beijing Wall Street will inform all this data, and we will see what happened. But for now, it's likely that the rupee depreciate against the dollar. Probably we will visit the level of 85. Likely to see an intervention on the RBI. We will see how all the things develop. But also the stock exchange around the world is gonna be hard. So we will see how we affront this bear market. Thank you so much.